as soon as I can get my camera on my head where it belongs. It's difficult sometimes. My glasses don't want to cooperate today. Alright guys, we got a good one here. Look at this. Big old chip right here. The lines go clear past my mirror, and then it cracked off here, and he got another chip up here. So I'm not sure if this one cracked and met this one, or if this one cracked before when he got this chip up here. But this is interesting. And you know me. We're going to do what we can to fix it, because we don't know how to say no. And what was your name?
I'm Nick.
Nick. So Nick.
I think if I remember right, the big one happened first. I mean, it all happened so quickly.
Oh yeah.
But I think.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So Nick understands that if it cracks during the repair, he can't sue me. So, hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm hoping this works.
Taking it down. It is so weak right now.
Oh, it's definitely going to crack if we don't fix it.
If we don't fix it, but there's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance that it can crack while I'm repairing it, because I have to put pressure on the glass. So
what I did was I paid $55.
if it cracks, I can attempt to stop it from cracking farther and continue repairing it. I'm not just, you know, if it starts to crack, I'm not just going to go, okay, that's it, right? I'm going to attempt to stop the crack and repair it anyway. And of course, that won't cost you any more money, because it's not your fault if it starts to crack.
He was looking at yours. Sounds like he could theoretically replace it if it had not gotten so much dirt inside. Really?
Yeah, if you look at the...
When did it happen? The initial one?
I don't even remember. A couple months ago.
I'm trying to keep this shaded because the sun cures the resin, so I have to keep it in the shade. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I was looking at yours, and that I could fix that crack, but the problem is if you look at the bottom of the crack, you see how it's discolored and ugly. It's got all kinds of dirt in it.
So it's just...
That's not, yeah, it's not repairable when they got that much dirt in them. And it would probably cost you more for me to fix that windshield than it would to replace it. Alright guys, this one we're using a light viscosity resin on this little crack, on this little chip, because we want that to flow nice and easy and not crack. This is the one I'm most worried about cracking right here, this little chip. I'm not as concerned about the big one, but I'm very concerned about the small one. I don't know if my tool is going to seal on this big chip or not. We're going to have to try it. I think it might, if we're lucky. I might get a good seal on the big chip. We have to try it and see. Hence the reason I carry two tools. And you'll notice I'm being very, very careful with this one because I do not want this to crack. And I probed it, and a lot of these little lines up here are trying to open. We definitely do not want this to crack on us like the last one did. And I gotta tell you, that just doesn't happen very often. I've had it happen a couple of times, and that was on my other channel before it got deleted. I've had, you know, windshields that'll just take off out of nowhere and start cracking. But it's not very often that that happens, especially on a line that I probed that didn't move at all, you know. So this one, I believe we're going to use the crack fill resin on this one. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. And we'll see if we can get this to flow all the way out to the end of the lines. I'm going to go with 15 drops on this one. I don't think I'm going to get a good seal on this one. I might have to use my other tool. It's got a lot of glass missing out of it. I've leaked out about half my resin. I'm already leaking so much I don't think I'm going to get a seal. No, that tool's not going to seal on that one. I'm just wasting resin on that one. So I'm going to have to do it a different way, guys. I keep a little modified little Rain-X tool in my kit. I keep a little modified tool in my kit all the time. One that I modified specifically to be able to do this type of stuff because I need to pull a vacuum on this upper one. We'll see if this one seals on there. It should. It's got a bigger base on it than mine. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm tightening instead of loosening. I'm trying to loosen it off so I can get this suction cup to seal down on there. Alright, we got it in the center where it needs to be. That upper one's looking pretty good. Now you'll notice I'm using a cheap tool. So my expensive tool doesn't have a big enough butt on it to seal on this big hole. So I'm using a cheap tool because it's not about the tool, it's about how you do it. So we're going to see if this cheap tool will seal on there good enough to get a fill. Because my expensive tool wouldn't seal. The hole's too big. So if we use the cheap tool and we get a good seal on it, then we know we can get a fill. And that one's not sealing either. Come on, really? Oh my God. I'm just wasting resin. Drives me insane. I hate wasting resin. It's expensive. I can't get the tools to seal on the glass at all on that big hole. And I don't know if it's because I'm just putting it in the wrong spot or what, but I can't get them to seal. So we'll do it the old school way before we had all these fancy tools. So guys, I'm doing this by hand because I can't get the tool to seal down with the other tools, so we got to do it by hand. And I know that's a extremely rare thing to see being done. I've only ever had to do it by hand like this a couple of times. you know, if you can't get the tool to seal down, you got to do something. And I'm guessing, doing it by hand like this, I'm able to get the tool to seal better. Because I can put more pressure on it than screwing it down into that little plastic piece, but I'm still leaking like crazy, which means I'm still not getting a very good seal. We're getting there, it's just taking a little while. We're getting there. Having to do it the old school way by hand is not as fast as using a tool.
So do you work on the cracks, or do you just do the...
Well, I'm trying to get it to fill the cracks from the center, if I can, because that's the best way to get them to fill. But I may end up having to fill them the other way too. In fact, we'll probably do that. See if that'll fill. See, it's not necessarily going to fill the cracks this way. I'm going to have to do it from the center out. But I can't get this tool to seal good enough. And I'm just wasting a lot of resin here, guys, and it's aggravating. But we take on these jobs because we love what we do. And if I would have known that center pit was so big that it wouldn't seal, I have a trick for that, but I checked my tool before I turned on the camera to see if it would seal, and it looked like it was going to, but it didn't. So now I can't do my other little trick that I usually do to get it to seal, so we're just going to have to keep working on it this way. Not getting a good seal on there. That pit is just so damn big. It's just got so much glass missing. And he's got another chip down here that needs to be fixed too, and he said he needs to leave by 5, and I don't know if I'm going to be done by 5 the way things are looking. I might not even be done by 5. Try this one more time and see. No, see, it's just not sealing on there. I can see the air coming out of the tool. It's not sealing. How you doing?
Good. Hey, is chips all you do?
Yeah, just chips and cracks. I don't replace them.
That window there.
That Dodge? Yeah, I wouldn't know because I don't do that, but I have a friend that does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he would be the one that you would want to get a price from because he does that for a living.
We got insurance that should cover it.
Yeah, I think he takes insurance too.
Okay.
So I'm trying everything I can to get my tools to seal on this big chip right here that's broken out, and it's not cooperating.
Well, maybe it'll start cooperating.
Oh, it's not you, it's just the chip itself isn't cooperating with me, so I think I just ruined that. Doggone it. I was hoping to be able to use that, and I think I just ruined it. Luckily I've got this all shaded here, so yeah, I'm not going to be able to cut this. I wanted to cut this and use part of that, but I don't think I can get that to seal either. I'm trying something different now. I don't know if this will work either, but I don't think that's going to stretch out over that enough. God, wouldn't it be nice if that would actually go on there and stay, and I could get that to seal? That's not going to work either. So I mean, I'm basically screwed here because I can't get any of my tools to seal on this chip. Can't get any of them to seal good enough to get it to flow all the way into the lines like I want. I don't want to forget that. Leave that on the windshield. We take on these nasty chips, guys. I just do it because I love what I do, and I always accept a challenge. Sorry about my language, but this is ridiculous. It's getting very aggravating. I've wasted $100 worth of resin already and haven't even got halfway done. This is ridiculous. It's just stupid. Frustration is part of the game, guys. That's just part of it. You're going to get frustrated when you're doing this kind of stuff. Just don't get mad and crack a windshield worse. But you're going to get frustrated no matter what. This is the third video in a row now that shit's not working for me, and I don't know why. It's very frustrating. It's very aggravating for shit not to work. I've already used $100 worth of resin, and I haven't even I can't even get the damn resin to flow into the lines. It doesn't matter how hard I push down on the damn tool either. It's not sealing. Doesn't matter what I do, it's not sealing. And the harder I push down on the tool, the more chance I'm taking a crack in the damn windshield. I can't tell. I mean, I'm sure it's filling in. It's gonna fill enough to keep it from cracking, but it's not gonna be freaking pretty. That's for sure. All my resin leaked out again. Guys, this is ridiculous. This is just stupid. I don't know why I try this crap. I'll tell you why, because most of the time I can do really good repairs and I don't have an issue with that, but there's just these times, there's just certain times where shit just doesn't work. In the last 3 videos now, this is the 3rd one in a row where shit's just not working for me. And that makes no sense at all. I'm doing everything the way I've always done it, and it's just nothing's working. Just nothing's working. It's very, very aggravating for things not to work. Maybe my modified repair tool won't seal. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need this one, because maybe this one will actually seal on all 4 corners. I really can't see where the hell I'm at because the sun's right in my damn eyes. It's always something, right? Let's see if this one will seal down and seal over the hole. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it, guys. But I have to keep trying. There's no such thing as quitting me. I don't know how to quit. Just my luck. I keep getting the ones that are almost impossible to freaking repair. I've never been able to tell a customer a chip can't be repaired unless I actually try it first. Fuck. More resin loss. Let's just spend $200 in resin for a $50 repair. Why not, right, guys? I mean, my God. Okay, enough's enough. I'm done. Where the f tool at? I'm done with it. I can't. No, I've already spent so much damn resin. It's ridiculous. I'm just done. I can't do it. It's not going to fix. I can't keep just blowing off more and more resin every time. Shit's ridiculous. All I'm doing is blowing money here. Done. We'll tape it off. We'll see what we can do about getting the lines to fill in a little bit from the top. Other than that, I'm just fucking done. I'm not doing this shit. I'm not fucking wasting $200, $300 worth of resin for a $50 repair. That's just stupid, guys. that's not a chip, that's a chip. That tool's a waste because I took the seal out of it. Yeah, I'm not just going to keep trying and trying and trying when it's not working. Just wasting resin, wasting time. Oh my God, I'm out of cleaner too. It's always something, isn't it? That's not going to be a beautiful repair by any means. It's definitely not going to be a beautiful repair. I would like it to be a lot prettier than that, but I can only do what I can do. And I'm telling you guys, the frustration is real because I don't know how to say no. I don't know how to quit. And it just fucking drives me insane. It's that time of year where if I'm not wearing a jacket, I'm freezing my ass off, and if I am wearing a jacket, I'm sweating my ass off, so it's very uncomfortable anyway. This time of year, I'm always uncomfortable. Sweating my ass off, trying to do the repair, and freezing my ass off riding the bike at the same time. I'm just uncomfortable all the time now. Trying to keep the sun off of it. Go ahead and throw the light on this one. Keep the light on this one while I'm paying attention to this one because I don't want this one to crack while I'm doing this upper one. Let's pull a vacuum on this one real quick. I love it when I pull a vacuum, and as I'm pulling the vacuum, I see the resin go to the end of the lines. It's just a beautiful thing. You're sucking the air out and allowing resin to flow in there. Pull a full vacuum, stay on the windshield, damn it. That's the whole point of holding it with my fingers, is to keep it in place on the windshield. Break threads, there you go. When you break the threads on these tools, that's a full vacuum. Yeah, I have a trick for chips with that big a pit break in them, but I thought my tool would seal on there, and I didn't do my trick, and that's why I was having such a hard time with it, because if I'd have done, and I'll show you that trick in another video when I find another chip like this with that big of a pit break. I'll show you that trick. It's too difficult to try to explain it. I'll have to show it to you. We really need that line to take resin. We really need it to take some resin. Pull another vacuum. I really don't want to have to push on that line to get it to take resin. This was the other chip you were talking about?
Yeah, sure. I've had that for a long time. I just figured it may not spread anymore, but
they can always crack. This one is not going to be as pretty as I wanted, but it shouldn't crack on you.
cool.
Okay?
I don't need pretty, I just need it to work.
I wasted a lot of resin on that one because it was just running down the windshield.
Was it?
I couldn't get any of my tools to seal on it, and had I known that I checked my tool before I started, and I thought, okay, it'll seal. No, it was just a fraction too big. So, because I couldn't get it to seal, I couldn't get as much pressure as I would have liked on the resin to fill in all the lines. They're about 2/3 of the way full, so they shouldn't crack. But I really prefer making them virtually invisible when I can. That's what I prefer doing. But we can't always have...
Grateful that you were able to do it
Without it cracking?
cracking.
Yeah. It was very frustrating repair. I'm just shining sun on it to get it to cure more while that one fills. Did you have another one you said?
No, that was it.
Okay.
I guess when I said 3, I was talking about those two and that.
Right.
I don't know when I had, how long I had it. It's just never grown, so I've never
You were lucky.
worried about it, yeah?
Yeah. Because most of the time when you get a chip like that, with the lines in them, you don't get them fixed, they'll crack on you.
How long have you been doing this?
Too long. Long enough to get frustrated when things aren't working.
How many runs do you make a day?
It just depends on the day. Sometimes I do 5, and other times I'll do 20.
Okay.
You know, it just depends on the day and how many people call me, and you know, so it just really depends on the day. And as winter approaches, I'm getting busier because people have this misconception that windshields only crack in the wintertime.
And that's not true.
No. Think about it. You park in your garage, right, or you park under a cover and it's 70 degrees, and then you pull out in 100-degree temperatures. What happens? Your windshield immediately starts to expand, just like turning on your defroster. Your windshield starts to expand, and the next thing you know, crack. At least that one turned out nice. Goodness. Yeah, I saw this one down here. I wasn't sure if you had another one that you were talking about, but I saw this one, thought, well, I better fix that one too.
Yeah, those were the 3.
Okay.
Oh, I think I do have another one. There's so many. I think, I don't know, the road I drive to work is just
Full of construction, huh? Yeah, with all the
concern is the spider webbing, right?
well, any chip that has lines or a circle around it or anything should be fixed. I mean, if it's just a little scuff with no lines or circles around it or anything, then it's usually nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I think I have just random, now that I look at this,
Just scuffs everywhere.
scuffs, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've wondered, because I'll drive, and then I'll hear a noise of a rock chip, and then I'll look and I won't see it.
So a lot of times you'll get a rock that'll hit your, like hit up here. So you see you got a lot of pit marks up here going all the way along, and a lot of pit marks along the sides. They'll hit over here and it'll sound like a chip. I mean, it'll go pow, you know, and make a loud noise. And it'll sound like a windshield chip, even though it's not. Alright. Well, it turned out better than I thought it was going to. It looks a lot better than I thought. I mean, depending on the angle you're at, you can still see the lines. But it shouldn't crack. I'm not going to say it won't. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So this line I can see really good. That's the only line I can really, the rest of them look like hairs. The rest of them just look like little hairs.
Okay.
That's the only one that I can actually still see really well. And yeah, the rest of them look like little hairs, but I got to put some more cleaner in my, I ran out of cleaner. Luckily, I just happened to carry some with me. And this is not what it looks like. This is not spick and span. I just put my cleaner in this jug because it's easier to carry than a big gallon jug around. So I put my cleaner in this jug, but it's not spick and span.
Do you cover most of the Salt Lake area then?
I do. I do. Put the cat back on, dummy. And you said you had to leave by 5?
I actually was wrong. I thought it was 5. I guess it's 5:45.
Okay, I was going to say, you're not going to leave by 5. Not while I'm still working on your windshield.
You can drive and you can sit on the hood.
Do what?
I said, I'll still drive and you can just sit on the hood.
Right? Work on it while you're driving. I can work on it while you're driving, huh?
What does that do?
Well, I'm going to try to open it a little bit and hope it doesn't crack farther. If I can get it to open just a little bit, then I can fill it from there. Of course, we're taking another chance, but that's the only line that I'm really worried about. I mean, I can still see this line a little bit, but it's 2/3 of the way full of resin. This one's just barely got any resin in it at all. That is the smallest bullseye chip I have ever popped in my life. The smallest one. I've never been able to pop one that small before. So what I want to do here is I just wanted to open the end of it up, even if I can't get the line to fill. If I can get it to fill part way back, that stops it and it won't crack any farther. That's my main concern. I'm not trying to fill the entire line this way. I want to get some resin in the end of the line so it stops it. Because that line worries me. I don't want to leave a line like that in your windshield and then just hope, you know. Hope it doesn't crack. I don't want to do that. I'm not that guy. So even as frustrating as this one was, to try to get it sealed and stuff. I can still do other things to get the lines to stop going any farther. Yeah, that's actually the very first time I've ever been able to pop a little bullseye chip that small.
So you've tried before and you've never...
Well, I've always been able to pop bullseye chips, but never one that small. I mean, that was so small I could barely see it. If I wouldn't have noticed, I would have kept hitting it. But I saw it in the mirror. And I was like, that's perfect. We'll just leave it at that. So now, if I can just get enough resin to flow into that line a little bit, I'll be happy. I don't expect it to fill the line, but I want to see it come away from the tool towards the chip itself. And once I see that, then we'll be good on that one. And I do believe it is filling. Just have to be patient sometimes, you know. I get a little impatient with myself. Frustration is part of the job.
I'm sure.
But if I would have realized that wasn't so gonna seal, I have a trick that I could have used to get a perfect seal on that chip. But like I said, I tested my tool. I looked at, put my tool on there to see, and it looked to me like it was going to seal. So I didn't do my trick. And then of course the frustration sets in. Boy, it's really hard to see if that line is filling. Yeah, it filled a little bit. Good. That's all I wanted. I don't want to keep pressurizing it. I just wanted it to fill enough to stop it from cracking, because if I keep working on it, I'm going to crack it. We don't want to have that happen. We don't want to crack it. I just wanted it to fill back far enough that I could see that it was filling in this end of the line, so it'll stop it from cracking farther. I'm much more confident now that it won't crack. I'll put it that way. I'm much more confident now that it's not going to crack on you.
Guess you can't, hard to guarantee things.
Yeah, I never give a post-repair guarantee because there's too many scammers out there. You know, they'll get another chip in their windshield and then they'll try to convince you that that was the chip you repaired, even though you know damn good and well it's a brand new chip. They'll still argue with you and try to get you to replace their windshield, or
to just avoid the whole thing.
Yeah, you just don't give a post-repair guarantee, because that way you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And I can't tell you how many people I know in this business that have started taking my advice and stopped giving post-repair guarantees because I'm trying to do two things at once here. But my arm was in the way.
You seem like you get pretty good deals in comparison to other places.
Yeah, I'm much cheaper than everybody else in town, and nobody else would have took this chip on. They would have just had to replace the windshield. They wouldn't have even attempted it. I know that for a fact, because it's bigger than a quarter, and most places won't do them if they're bigger than a nickel.
Okay.
You know, but I take on every challenge I come across.
I appreciate it.
That's kind of my downfall, I guess, because I just don't know how to say no, that can't be repaired. Just don't know how to say that. Don't know how to say no. But I have repaired some massive chips.
Have you?
Yeah, they're all on my Google page. I put before and after pictures on all the chips that I've done. Not all of them, but you know, the big nasty ones.
Will this go on there?
This will be on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I might do a before and after screenshot, you know, take a screenshot of the before and after and post it to my Google. But the YouTube video for this one is the most important because this was a highly frustrating chip, you know. And anybody that's trying to learn, you know, get into this business, or people that have even been in business for a while that watch my channel, there's a couple of people that have been in business for a while that watch my channel, and they'll say things like, I would have never took that on, I wouldn't have even attempted that, or they'll say, or they'll ask me for advice, you know, like, well, if the windshield starts to crack, what do you do? Well, you try to stop it. You know, you try to stop it from cracking farther, and then you fill the crack in. You try to save the windshield. Now, what's really hilarious is that this will be the third video in a row that I'm putting on my channel that was frustrating. So I had one on a semi-truck, star brake, and I drilled the center of it, and I couldn't get it to take any resin. So I put my little probe tool in the middle of the chip and I popped it, like I did on the end of this crack, and I still couldn't get it to take any resin. No matter what I did, that chip just would not take any resin. So I just had to give up. I was just like, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, if I keep trying to drill it and pop it and all this other stuff, I'm going to end up cracking the windshield. So I was like, that's it, I'm done with it. I can't do anymore, you know. And then I have another video that's coming out just before this one will, where I was doing a little star brake like this one, but it had like a line coming off of one side, pretty long, about 1.5 inches. And I wasn't worried about that one cracking. It had a couple of invisible lines in it, like yours did, that I showed you, that you can only see when you open it up. So I was more concerned about the invisible lines cracking, but they didn't crack. But what happened was a line that I could put as much pressure as I wanted on that never opened started cracking.
Oh, man.
So I popped the chip and tried to fill it, and it kept cracking. So I looked at her, I said, you want me to keep going? She was like, please.
At that point, what do you do? You know,
So I popped another chip, and it didn't turn out to be a bullseye. It turned out to be a star brake at the end of the line. Luckily, I know I can fill that, and I was able to save the windshield. But it's so frustrating when things like that happen, and then I only make videos about chips that I think are going to be interesting to watch, and then shit goes wrong, you know, and then I'm not happy. But I post the videos anyway because I wouldn't be a very good YouTuber if all I did was post perfect repairs all the time, right? Yeah, see, that one's invisible bull. And I can see where I got resin in the end of that line, so we're going to be good there. I didn't want to put too much pressure on my tool to keep trying to fill it farther.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I popped the chip right there, and I can see the resin got right to there. So if you look at it from inside, you can see it backfilled enough. That's going to stop it from cracking. So look at it from inside, you can see it better. So you see, that's where it was, and it backfilled. So that's good. That's a good repair. It's not pretty, like I said. It's not pretty like I'd like, but it's a good repair. It's not going to crack now. That would have been, that's my main concern. I don't want it to crack on you, you know.
Well, awesome.
Not as pretty as I'd like. Alright guys, you got to see the frustration on this one. Third video in a row with frustration, so do me a favor and click the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video, and throw me some love if you would. I will see you in my next video. Part of the video is muted because I was cussing, so I muted part of the video. Anyway, that's it for this one. We'll see you in the next one.